Hey guys, it's me, Jude here. Sorry the lighting isn't very good on this video. I've had to pull the curtains because this is what happens when I open them. I'm currently at university studying a film and television course. University isn't really for me. I'm not enjoying it that much. One of the main parts of my course is watching a whole wide variety of films, and each week for each sort of subsection of film they give us one film to watch. And to be honest, very few of these films have been to my taste because when you're doing a film course, most of the films that you get are kind of this sort of pretentious, arty, sort of wanky. And to be honest, I didn't think it would get any worse than that. I thought, I'll just have to watch some sort of weird arty films and it'll be alright. And then a couple of weeks ago, I got set a film that was so traumatic. I just want to share this with you because when I was watching it, it was an incredibly painful experience. It was really hard to get through. And then when I turned up to my seminar sort of lecture type thing, everyone was raving about it. They were saying, oh, this says something really deep about life. And so I just want some outside opinions on this, just so hopefully I confirm that I'm not going completely insane. So here we go. The film is called Decasia. And the context behind it isn't actually that bad. It was some guy, he found a load of old sort of stock footage that was shot on some film reels, and it had kind of like weirdly disintegrated over time, and he thought, I'll put this all together and I'll make a nice film out of it. So it starts out and there's just a man and he's having a good time. He's sort of spinning in circles. You might think that's quite wholesome until you start to hear the sort of subtle sound of a kettle boiling fading in, and that's a real bad omen for what is to come. So the man has been spinning around for what can only be described as a full 30 seconds now, and he's going to keep doing that for like another 10 seconds, I would say. Now let me skip forwards a little bit here, and you can start to hear the soundtrack has become a little bit more ominous, and let's just skip forwards a bit more here. Yes, now the screaming starts. Here we go. So what you're listening to now might be painful to your ears. Imagine this for a full extended hour. Really nothing happens at all in this film. Whilst listening to what I can only describe is the soundscape from hell. I just feel like I should prove this if I skip ahead. The way I would describe the soundtrack is it's sort of like a violin has had the idea to imitate an air raid siren. Genuinely, about 10 minutes into watching this, I had like the worst headache in the world, and I had to like have a full-on lie down sort of nap, recuperating my strength session. It's like every member of the string orchestra have had a stroke all simultaneously while the souls of the deceased scream in the background. The way I would describe this experience is, imagine you got a load of cats and you took them to a big sort of roomy cathedral, and then you projected some like, I don't know, some like old-timey footage onto the wall of the cathedral, and then you sort of lined the cats up in a big long line along the cathedral, and you just stamped on their tails one by one, and each time you did so, the scream of the cat would go up into the rafters of the cathedral, and it would echo around, and it would start circling around, and eventually all of these cat screams are just sort of echoing around forever and ever on an endless loop. And then an old lady comes into the cathedral and she starts playing really horrible, like not nice sounding chords on the pipe organ, and they're really loud, and the cat screams and the pipe organ are sort of mixing together and swirling around your head, and all of a sudden you sort of start to feel dizzy, and then Satan comes out of the ground and he greets you and he starts swearing at you. That's how this experience felt to me, at least. Listen, I get the point of the film is to represent this sort of feeling of decay. I think it's something like the decaying of the human race. But I don't see the point if I can't get 10 minutes into the movie without going into a sound-induced coma. If I wanted to experience the feeling of decay, I would get a piece of bread and I would put it on a plate in front of me and I would watch it grow mould. Oh look, there's a nightmarish looking baby. An hour and 6 minutes long. So yeah, that's my new least favourite movie of all time, actually. I hope you all have nightmares so you can experience what I experienced. I'm joking, sorry.